Welcome to the Allentown Fire Department's Physical Agility Test. I am Chris Kiskaravich, Assistant Fire Chief in charge of the Training Academy. This video will explain what is expected of you to successfully complete the test. The Fire Department Agility Test consists of 10 separate stations. They include the stair climb, the hose drag, the equipment carry, ladder raise, forcible entry, person carry, stop box, maze, ladder climb, and swim. Each of these stations will be described in greater detail as this program continues.
At the beginning of the test, the candidate will be required to wear safety gear consisting of a helmet and a pair of gloves provided by the Allentown Fire Department. The candidate will also be required to supply their own proper footwear. This footwear must provide complete enclosure of the foot. Sandals would be unacceptable. These garments must be worn for the duration of the test. All jewelry, including wristwatches, rings, earrings, and necklaces, must be removed to participate in the test. In addition to wearing a helmet, gloves, and proper footwear, the candidate will be required to don a backpack weighing approximately 50 pounds. Since the test is designed to simulate conditions a firefighter will experience, the 50-pound backpack represents the weight of the turnout gear, breathing apparatus, and any tool you may be required to carry on the fire ground. The backpack will be removed prior to the beginning of the maze portion of the agility test. The duration of the agility test is 18 minutes. During those 18 minutes, you will be required to walk from event to event a distance of 85 feet. You will be given only one warning for running. The second infraction for running constitutes a failure and elimination as a candidate. You are allowed a 20-second recovery time between each event. There are 8 events throughout the agility test that you will need to travel between. A proctor will accompany you throughout the test to time your performance, monitor your safety, and provide you with instructions. Additional proctors will be available at each of the events throughout the exam. For the stair climb, the candidate will be required to climb a 5-story metal staircase twice inside the fire department training tower. This portion of the physical agility test represents the physical challenges a firefighter may experience while wearing full protective clothing and challenges the candidate's aerobic capacity. The timing of this exam begins once the candidate leaves an area known as the start box. This is located at the front of the fire department training tower near the front door. The candidate will climb the staircase to the top of the tower and will be required to signal the ground level proctor by placing one hand through an open window to indicate they have reached the top floor. Then the candidate may begin the descent to the bottom and return to the start box and begin the second climb. The candidate may skip stairs during the ascent, but must hit every step on the descent. Upon completion of this event, the candidate will walk 85 feet to the next event, the hose drag. To successfully pass this event, the candidate must begin in the start box, complete the stair climb twice touching every step on the descent, return to the start box, and wave one hand through the window on the top floor. Only one warning will be given for non-compliance. In the hose drag, the candidate will be required to drag an uncharged 1 3/4 hose 85 feet. This portion of the agility exam simulates dragging an uncharged hose line at a fire scene and challenges the candidate's aerobic capacity as well as upper and lower body strength. The candidate will be required to grasp an uncharged hose line at the nozzle and place it over his or her shoulder. The candidate will then drag this line 75 feet towards a barrel obstacle. After passing the obstacle, they will make a 90-degree right turn and proceed another 25 feet to the designated stop or pull box, at which time the candidate will drop to at least one knee, never letting go of the hose, and begin to pull the hose toward themselves until the first coupling crosses the stop box line. The candidate is permitted to walk briskly during this event, but not run. Upon completion of this event, the candidate will walk 85 feet to the next event, the equipment carry. To successfully pass the hose drag event, the candidate must place the hose on their shoulder, avoid running, and go around the obstacle. Additionally, the candidate must kneel and complete the pull from within the stop-pull box. Only one warning will be given for non-compliance. In the equipment carry portion of the exam, the candidate is required to remove equipment from a shelf and carry that equipment while walking a total of 150 feet to include navigating an obstacle. This simulates removing equipment from fire apparatus, carrying it on an emergency scene, and returning it to the apparatus. The candidate's upper and lower body strength, aerobic capacity, grip strength, and endurance are assessed. The candidate will begin this event by removing 2 pieces of equipment one at a time from the shelf and placing them on the ground. The candidate will then pick up both pieces of equipment and carry them while proceeding to walk 75 feet to a cone, walk around the cone, and then continue another 75 feet to return, at which point the candidate will place the equipment back on the ground, then, one at a time, each piece up on the shelf. Upon completion of this task, the candidate will walk 85 feet to the next event, the ladder raise. In the equipment carry, it is permissible to set tools on the ground to adjust grip as often as needed. The candidate must place the equipment on the ground prior to beginning the walk and prior to restoring the equipment to the shelf. If the candidate drops the equipment, does not go around the obstacle, or cannot complete the task, they will fail this part of the exam. Only 1 warning will be given for non-compliance. There are 2 phases to the ladder raise event. The candidate will first raise an 18-foot ladder to a building, then extend a 24-foot extension ladder. This demonstrates placing a ladder at a fire structure and extending a ladder to a roof or window. This will assess the candidate's aerobic capacity, upper and lower body strength, grip strength, and balance. The candidate will walk to the 18-foot ladder, lift the unhinged end from the ground, and raise the ladder 1 rung at a time against the structure. The candidate must then move directly to the 24-foot ladder and extend the fly section hand over hand until it hits the stops at the top of the ladder. Then the candidate will lower the fly section in a controlled fashion to the start position. The candidate, upon completion, will then walk 85 feet to the next event, the forcible entry machine. To pass the ladder raise, the candidate must not miss a rung twice or allow the ladder to fall. One must use a hand-over-hand method during extension and retraction of the fly section of the ladder. The extension and retraction must be in a controlled manner, not allowing the fly to slip. To successfully pass this event, the candidate must fully complete the task. Only 1 warning will be given for non-compliance.